Shot clock at 4. Doncic. The step back 3. You bet! Doncic pushing pace for the Mavericks. They're trying to play with more haste this season. And Doncic, San Antonio in front. Doncic pedals his way into the paint. The patience and the finish. Backing down Johnson. Doncic off one leg. Oh, baby! Doncic into the paint. Waits. Banks. Plus the foul. Sohan has it knocked away by Doncic. 3-on-1. Irving to the rim. Lays it in.
3-2.
Yes, it is. 14 out of 23 for the floor. Looking for his 8th. Luka late in the shot clock. 4 seconds. Got it from Kleba. Again late in the clock. In desperation. The Magic right there.
Yes, sir, indeed. That was a Luka Magic special. And that smile right there says something like, yep, I know I'm pretty darn good at this basketball thing. Ladies and gentlemen, in case you're not tuning in, Luka Doncic is already breaking the NBA this early into the season. And even though there's no clear frontrunner in the MVP race just yet, it looks like we're just gonna have to wait for who'll come up as the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd placers. Cause if NBA awards were given out at the start of the season, well, Luka would definitely be the clear winner. I mean, this dude has been absolutely killing it in his first couple games. 41 points a ball game, 11.5 rebounds, 8.5 assists on 58% shooting from the field, and 48% from the three-point line. Simply put, the numbers he's been putting up are simply inhuman and beyond crazy levels. And with that being said, let's dive deeper into this phenomenon by breaking down some of his plays, and also talk about how Luka Doncic is turning into a strong MVP candidate with just a couple games in. Now first, let's talk about the Spurs game and how he grabbed the spotlight by spoiling Wembanyama's debut. I mean, Luka had a field day against Wemby and the Spurs as he simply showcased all his tools right from the get-go, most notably his playmaking skills. See, in this two-man game action, Luka simply goes to his spot as he gravitates 2 defenders on him, and when he notices that the big is dropping too far, he just dishes a sweep behind the dime to Kleber on the pop, who then drilled the wide-open 3 in return. But when Collins showed up in front to contain him, Luka just threw this unsuspecting lob pass to the cutting Lively, who then put Collins on his own poster with this nasty throwdown. Now, as fun as those passes were to watch, they pale in comparison entertainment-wise to how he abused Jeremy Sohan in that game as he methodically manhandled him in the most relaxed and calm manner possible in pick-and-roll situations. I mean, here's what I'm talking about. So here's Luka and here's Sohan trying his best to stay in front of him. Coming off the pick and roll, Luka was able to keep him on his hip, and at this point, Sohan was out of position to defend him, and so Luka just kept his dribble alive, and when he saw a scoring opportunity, he just casually drops it in. Now, when Sohan tried to beat him to his spot, Luka just stopped on a dime and let his mid-range game do the talking. In this pick-and-roll sequence, Luka quickly turns the corner as soon as he goes through the Lively pick, and when he's about to lay it in, Luka once again pulls the brakes and delivers probably the slowest ankle breaker in history before finishing it with a short stab. Now, at this point, Sohan is probably running out of ideas on how to stop him, and once again, Luka beats him to his spot, and with 2 shirts around him, he manages to stay calm and deliver a fake pass before scoring under heavy pressure. So after Pop realizes that Luka is eating Sohan alive, he then puts Keldon Johnson on him instead. However, none of that matters, because the result is the same. He drives inside the lane, then waits a bit, before baiting Johnson into an and-one opportunity. And when Luka wasn't running pick and rolls, he was just toying with his defenders here, as he dropped fadeaway buckets like this as if it was no big deal. I mean, this is the type of shot that you know is coming, but you still won't be able to stop it. In this first game of the season, Luka dropped 33 points and 13 rebounds, along with 10 assists and 2 steals on 52% shooting. And with this ridiculous stat line, Luka became just the third player in NBA history to have a 30-plus point triple-double in a season opener, joining the likes of Oscar Robertson, who set this record twice, some 60 years ago, and Giannis Antetokounmpo, who recently replicated this feat back in 2019. Now, while it seems like it's difficult to top this kind of performance, Luka was able to do it in the very next game against the Nets. And let's just say that Luka took it up a notch by single-handedly destroying them and picking them apart on the offensive end. I mean, right from the get-go, Luka rained down step-back threes such as this one to let the Nets know of what's about to come. And when smaller guards try to defend him like Cam Thomas in this instance, Luka just threw his weight around and played bully ball all day long. But even against lengthy defenders like Ben Simmons here, he's still able to score using his patented step-back J, and despite the hand on his face, Luka still punches it through. Now, when the defense got sticky with him, Luka changed gears and attacked inside the lane all the way to the cup for an easy basket. And when he's not beating them from the inside and three-point arc, Luka kills them with these one-foot floaters off the wrong foot. But come clutch time, Luka relied on his bread and butter yet again, and even though there were two white shirts all over him, he still made them pay to cut down the lead to just 2. After the final buzzer went off, Luka delivered another magical performance to best himself yet again. This time, he had 49 points, hitting 9 out of 14 from downtown, along with 10 rebounds and 7 assists while shooting 64% from the field. But what's more impressive about this performance was that he never turned the ball over in that game, not even once in 36 minutes of play. We have seen Luka put up this type of ridiculous stat line over the past few seasons, and he would have been MVP already if it weren't for the Mavericks' subpar record. Now, if the Mavs manage to keep this momentum up until the end of the regular season and finish somewhere between the first and third spot in the West, there's no doubt that Luka will bag the MVP trophy for the very first time in his young career, with the way he's trajecting right now. What's crazy about building his MVP case is that he's been able to dominate while exerting less amount of effort by getting crafty to get around defenses and using his great feel for the game to locate his teammates for easy shots. Simply put, he's putting up these huge numbers while not being as explosive or athletic compared to his peers in the NBA, and that's the main reason why Luka is scary to compete against. Because he can dominate the ball game playing at his own pace while outsmarting everyone using his incredible basketball IQ. Coming off a tough season, it seems that Kyrie and Luka are gelling quite well now compared to last season, and Luka's chemistry with complementary shooters like Maxi Kleber, Tim Hardaway Jr., and role players like Grant Williams, Josh Green, and Derek Lively are also hitting strides as well. The Mavs have been hot to start the season thanks to Luka and his clutch time heroics. And with this said, if Luka keeps this up, it's only a matter of time before we start calling him Luka MVP instead of Luka Magic.